Welcome to TYTSports. Francis Maxwell with Evan Paley here, and we're going to spoil our fans out there rather than limiting you to the one jerk and one Turk. We're going to give you our jerk and Turks of the group, and we're going to give you 3 each. Me, Evan, and even Jason's going to chime in with 3. Wait for that. All right, so we're going to start off with Evan. Why don't you explain your 3 jerks and 3 Turks to the viewers out there?
Okay. Well, for my 3 jerks, it's pretty easy at number 3. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay.
Star player. He had double-digit shots on goal and great opportunities to score. Only had 1 goal in the tournament. Goes out, calls his team average after the the USA game. Yeah. He's a jerk, and he was selfish. And who does that? He's the top player in the world. Can't produce like that in the World Cup. And number 2, we got the biter.
Not at number 1.
He's not at number 1,
Holy
and I'll tell you why he's not at number 1. Luis Suarez. Come on, man. Yeah. 3rd time you're biting, you're an animal. Yeah. And it's so funny because he's got the buck teeth, so it's like, it couldn't be more fitting.
Someone tweeted saying, your teeth are prominent enough, you don't have to bite people, we know they're there.
Yeah, and the thing is that he was already taking a bite out of the competition with his goal scoring ability.
I like what you did there.
You like what I did there. And he had to go and mess it up, so Luis Suarez, you are a jerk. Yeah. But number 1, Prince Boateng and Sully Montari are equally the number 1 jerk. And I'll tell you why. You're in a World Cup. You have worked your entire life, many of these players have worked their entire lives to get to this incredible stage of their career. Mm-hmm. It is the biggest honor that a person can have. And as a soccer player myself, I have so many dreams about playing in just one World Cup match. Yeah. To leave your team and get sent home over money, I think is the most disgraceful thing any player can do. Mm-hmm. It's not only upsetting for your country, but it's upsetting as a soccer fan, and it's something that is it's classless and selfish. So I don't care if they promised you a certain amount of money and you didn't get it. Yeah. It is your responsibility to represent your country. Yeah. And Ghana could have advanced, and those are 2 of their main players. They're the biggest jerks of the tournament, in my opinion. So my Turks, number 3, Jurgen Klinsmann. Good surprise, shocker. Yeah.
I mean, American going for
American coach. I'm not biased here because I am an American, but he did everything right. He created hype. He got the USA excited for the World Cup, and he put in incredible substitutes. The first game, Zusi and John Brooks. Yeah. In the second game, he put in Yedlin, who created the second goal. Keeping the team calm, keeping the team composed and ready. Yeah. And even though we didn't get the result with Germany, we got through the group of death. So he's my number 3 Turk. Number 2, Neymar. Yeah. And the reason why, and most people think it's just an easy one, but he scored 4 goals. He's the leader of the Brazil national team. He's in Brazil. There's so much attention on this team. And he's producing, and he's young, and he makes me feel like a grandpa, which really sucks. And then finally, number 1 is Kareem the Dream Benzema. I was talking about, Kareem the Dream. This is a guy who came off a France team in the last World Cup who just shat the bed. Yeah. And so Kareem the Dream has 3 goals, 2 assists. He actually has 5 goals. Yeah. They took 1 away from him in the first game. He should have had a hat trick, which would have made him the 50th player ever to have a hat trick. Took that goal away from him, which I think FIFA is actually still going over to make sure. So they might give him that goal. Yeah. I don't know what that does for the history books for Shakira over there. Yeah, for Shakiri. And then that 5th goal was the one where they blew the whistle as he scored one of probably the best goals of the tournament, which was a top left, absolute, just devastating, strike. So the guy really has 5 goals, 2 assists. He's leading a French team that is absolutely reborn for that country, for the tournament. So Kareem Benzema is my number 1 Turk of the tournament right now. Absolutely.
So I've been prepared in case some of us overlapped with some of the comments. But so the first, so we'll go to my jerks. So, there's so many. I just didn't think. So I'm going to put it at number 3 in general. I'm going to give it to Spain as a whole. Yeah. I like to concentrate on the footballing side of it for having that much quality in your team. In the first game against Netherlands, I thought they gave up. I thought they looked like they gave up. Against Chile, I just didn't think, like, I could give it to the specific players, and the coach in general, as it was part of it, Del Bosque, I just didn't think he changed his game plan. They try to stick to their fluent football that worked so well for them in previous tournaments, but they got found out and they were too stubborn to change it, I think. Yeah. And then in the last game, they got a glimmer of hope. But still, I think that has to be the first jerk for me. The second one is going to be Pepe, because I think he's mental, and I just love to comment on him. To put your team on the back foot from the start against Germany. I mean, a tie at that game, and they were already 1-0 down, but 2-0 down, but they still, it just gave them no chance. So for that, he constantly does this and he reiterates it. He's two for me. Number one, it was I wanted to have some backups in case, but it needs to be Suarez, because I think there's so much debate about how much one player can affect a team. And as I just said, like, in Uruguay, they had a team that was so well structured in the previous World Cup, and then coming into this one, they're thinking we could actually go really far, because Suarez is twice the player he was then. And then to put your team in that situation is just ridiculous. And in a play that wasn't even near the ball at the time. Right. I mean, it's always his off the run movement. He thinks that he can't be touched by defenders, so he's just going to take a little chunk at them. And for me, literally, exactly. It's just he can't be doing that. And for me, he will be the jerk in this tournament, and he'll be the jerk for years to come in this situation. He's very poor. The Turks, to the good stuff. So
I want to hear
number 3 is going to be Marquez for me, because I love when players that get older with age and people think they're past it. I love when they perform. He was phenomenal for me from the start. He did so well defensively, specifically against Brazil, to hold them at bay. I mean, and I think a lot of credit has to go to Ochoa as well, because the two of them seem to be working well together. But Captain Supreme, getting that goal to put them against Croatia, to basically send them out of sight. Yeah. He's number 3 for me. Number 2 is going to be Robin, because Robin, for me, I mean, he continues to perform, but I don't think he gets the amount of significant value as much as Ronaldo or Messi and them get. But he does just as much as them, in my view. For Bayern Munich, he's been doing it for years. He won them a Champions League. I just think he always delivers at the right stage, and sometimes he doesn't. I mean, the last World Cup, he missed a golden opportunity to put Holland in front against Spain, and he's obviously regretted it, but that didn't affect him this tournament. He came back in against Casillas one-on-one, bang, scores, and he scores 2 against them. He's leading them all the way with their counter-attacking football. And finally, the last one, going to be a little smushy, and I'm going to shock a lot of people out here, but Samuel Eto'o. Did you see what happened in the video? I don't know if we can get a little snapshot of it, but we'll try it. But Samuel Eto'o, after Cameroon got knocked out of the competition, when he left, he avoided all press, everything else, and he went to a boy that was on the side and hugged him. And I swear the hug was for about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Wow. And he was crying, just because he obviously understands that these people travel all this way to watch the competition. This young boy is just trying to get a glimpse of his favourite player, and he goes and shows him affection and hugs him for around 30 minutes. It just brings a tear to a glass eye. Yeah. So for him, he's definitely my Turk. So I know what you've all been waiting for out there. You're thinking, what's Jason going to say about this? Jason?
Come on, Jason.
Well, let's see. First of all, Francis, you semi-stole my Turk. We'll get to that later. Okay. 3 jerks. Gets beat a dead horse. Suarez, number 3. Number 2, Sepp Blatter, because he's just an asshole. It's such a corrupt organization. The more I'm reading into this, the more we've talked about it, the more I get frustrated just even watching the World Cup, because this guy's in charge of FIFA. Number 1, Honduras, because they are the dirtiest team I've ever seen play football. Yeah. Am I pronouncing how's the pronunciation? You got it. Because I'm all for, in the video game, take out as many guys as you can in FIFA, because no one actually gets hurt. But in real life, in a competition where everybody has been very, let me think of the words here, the sportsmanship has been at an all-time high.
Yeah.
You see these guys helping them stretch out each other when they're injured. When mistakes happen, they get their pats on the back. Some guys even give each other a kiss on the cheek.
Lovely.
But Honduras is just going flat out for shins, for knees. It is jerks of the tournament so far.
Here's a scenario. What happens if Suarez was on Honduras?
Oh, my God. I don't even want to think. I mean, he'd have teeth on his feet and start attacking that way, I guess. Let's see. But 3 Turks. Third Turk, I'm going to give to Cristiano Ronaldo. Now a lot. Whoa.
Whoa.
No,
Whoa.
I know where you're going with this. Wait,
Whoa.
Fred, I know where you're going with this.
Why Cristiano Ronaldo? Well,
Jason's mushy like
From
me.
jerk to Turk. He's
from jerk to Turk, Cristiano Ronaldo.
jerk
Now,
to Turk.
even though the U.S. would have advanced to the knockout stage if the Ghana-Portugal score was 1-1, Cristiano Ronaldo's gift of a goal secured the U.S. to move on to the round of 16. So, Ronaldo, thank you for originally breaking our hearts in the second match of the World Cup against us, to come back and give us a gift. I guess he felt bad. The second Turk, Miguel Herrera, coach of Mexico. That guy is awesome. We'll throw up some shots of his facials. He's more excited than the players on the field throughout the entire game.
Quick prediction, Miguel Herrera wins the internet after this World Cup, because when he tackles his players on the field, I get no more joy in my life than watching that.
It really is great to see. And my number one Turk, kind of the same way Francis went. It goes to Algeria, making their first ever knockout stage.
Yeah.
Looking at the pictures and the video of all these players, run around the field with the flag. The fans, as you said yesterday, Francis, were in tears, crying, tears of joy. So it's awesome for Algeria. They get the Turk. I think they're playing Germany. Correct? They're gonna get crushed. So all those tears of joy are probably gonna go tears of sadness. But again, good for them. Let's see what happens.